Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna kind of consider this my first real YouTube video because I did get a camera, so hopefully the quality is a lot better. I wanted to make my first video something that I think a lot of people could benefit from. One of the top comments I always get on TikTok is how I've managed to keep my hair healthy considering how bleached it is. I've talked about a few times that it is kind of hard for me on TikTok to condense so much information into something that's a 1-minute video. So I'm really excited to just kind of delve into this and unleash all my secrets and tips and tricks. Sorry about the background. I'm working on making like a cuter background. I know it's a bit of a mess, but just bear with me. The first thing, which you've probably heard me talk about many times, is just don't rush the bleaching process. If you rush into it and you compromise your hair right off the bat, you're gonna be stuck with like yellowy orange hair because you won't be able to overlap bleach on top of that without frying your hair off. So keep in mind that there's about 10 to 12 levels of hair, 12 being the lightest, 1 being black, jet black. I would say if you fall anywhere like a 6 or below, it'll definitely take sessions. Like you need to be prepared to do the bleaching in session if you want to maintain your hair's length and integrity. A 7 and up, I'm sure you'll still need to do sessions depending on your hair color history. It is easier the lighter you are to get to white blonde. So if you can fully accept that maybe you're gonna start off with a balayage and then go in with some highlights on your next session and just kind of work your way up, you can have fun with it. It'll switch up your look, you know? And you have to really take care of your hair in between appointments. Even once you get to the desired color, like me, I still baby my hair and take care of it at home. And I'm gonna share what products I use and what I do. Starting off with fractionated coconut oil. If you know, you know. If you don't know, I'm gonna briefly explain the difference between fractionated coconut oil and like food grade cooking coconut oil, because there's this misconception that you can just like walk into Whole Foods and buy a tub of coconut oil, heat it up in the microwave and put it on your hair. Don't do that. It can potentially make your hair more dry. It can make your hair really greasy. It can make your hair really crunchy. That type of coconut oil is not meant for your hair. The molecules in it are too big to penetrate. The fats won't do anything for your hair. It's just not good. Fractionated coconut oil has been distilled, so it's gone through a process that breaks up and removes the long chain fatty acids, and it becomes ultra light, which basically means that it can penetrate your hair or your skin. It won't just sit on top and clog your pores or clog your hair strands, which cooking coconut oil will do. Fractionated coconut oil will add a ton of shine to your hair. That's my secret product that I always use, but I'm more than happy to share with people, obviously. But my hair has a lot of shine for considering how bleached it is, and I really give all that credit to fractionated coconut oil. You can even add some into your conditioner. You can cocktail the two things together in the shower and use it like that. Fractionated coconut oil is always in a liquid form at every temperature, so you don't need to heat it up. It literally just comes in a pump. I use the Pura D'Or fractionated coconut oil from Amazon. I love it. It's super affordable too. In my opinion, it's a miracle product, and I think it's a must-have for anyone who's going through a bleaching process. I use it as an oil treatment. I don't use it as a styling product. Another great trick for keeping moisture in your hair if it's been through a chemical process is to co-wash. Keep in mind your hair needs to be high porosity if you want to do a co-washing method, and co-washing basically means that instead of using shampoo in the shower, you're using conditioner on your scalp and you're washing with conditioner. If the act of co-washing is foreign to you, I know that probably sounds crazy, but I swear it works. I do it. My hair loves it. High porosity hair would be dry, damaged, chemically treated, curly, thick, and coarse hair. You can do a porosity test if you're not sure if your hair is high porosity or low porosity. I recommend just snipping off a few little hair strands, maybe from the back, place them in a cup of water, and if they float, you have low porosity hair, and if they sink right away, you have high porosity hair. If you're gonna co-wash, just know that every now and then you do still need to use shampoo to clarify your hair and get rid of any buildup, and co-washing is very, very color safe. Another piece of advice that I have that I know a lot of people don't love, but you need to keep up with hair trims. Not too often. It's recommended every 10 to 12 weeks if you're trying to grow your hair out. I know that that can kind of sound counteractive, but if you keep up with it, your hair will grow so healthy because you're chopping off your split ends and you're not letting them grow up. If you don't trim your hair, split ends do move up the hair strand, and that's when you start to deal with a whole mess. Another huge thing that does make a difference is silk. Silk pillowcase is great. Silk scrunchies are great. The reason I recommend a silk pillowcase is because when you're sleeping at night, the friction from your head sleeping on a pillow can cause breakage, especially on fragile hair, which would fall under bleached hair. The silk will prevent that damage. Same goes for a silk scrunchie. If you have to wear your hair up like for work or whatever, a silk scrunchie is amazing. You won't get those breakage pieces at the crown of your head. And if you're gonna use heat to style your hair, I recommend always using a heat protectant. Use low heat. You don't need to have the highest heat setting for it to work. The best thing to do though is to avoid heat. If you're into like waves in your hair, you can sleep with braids in. When I was going through the bleaching process, I would just put like a hair serum in my hair and throw it up in a bun all day, and that's just how I would go about my day. I also just want to say, you know, being a cosmetologist, in my opinion, white blonde hair is the most high maintenance color that you can have. It's possible, it's doable, but you need to know that it is costly, it takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of patience, and it takes a lot of at-home care as well. You're gonna have to keep up with toner, purple shampoos. You have to know that white hair looks different in different lighting. So if you have white blonde hair but you're sitting under warm lighting, your hair is not gonna look white blonde. The photos of white hair that you see on Instagram and Pinterest, they're beautiful photos and it's beautiful work, but they are behind a ring light. There's a lot going on behind the scenes just for that photo. So just know that when you bring that into a stylist as your reference photo, because they might not explain that to you, but if you go into the appointment already knowing that, it does help a lot. Another great thing you can do for your hair while you're going through a bleaching process is using Olaplex. I did make a TikTok all about Olaplex. You can totally check it out if you're interested in that, but I can also make more content about Olaplex on my YouTube channel where I can kind of just talk about it more and have more information to share with you guys. Basically, it's a system with different steps in it that will reconstruct and rebuild your hair if it has been damaged. It also works well just for dry hair or hair with split ends. It really is a miracle product, and I do swear by it. I've used it, I've put a lot of my clients onto it. It is so worth using. That's all the advice that I have that has worked for me, for my hair. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Check out my Instagram. You can also send me an Instagram DM. I try really hard to get back to everybody. I've gotten a lot of messages over the past couple weeks, so I'm still trying to get back to everyone. If I haven't gotten back to you, that's why. But I'm here to help. If you've subscribed, thank you so much. Your support is just everything to me. You guys are amazing. I just want to quickly say, you know, I downloaded TikTok as a total, not joke, but it was just a way to pass time in the beginning of quarantine. And, you know, even if you scroll all the way down on my page, the stuff I was posting was so dumb. It was just for fun. And then it just kind of took off for me, and I'm so grateful for that. I absolutely love sharing information with you guys. I love having a connection with you guys. You guys are awesome. So thank you so much, like from the bottom of my heart. Not to be all sappy and dumb, but really. If you've gotten this far in the video and you haven't subscribed, but you like my content, please do. I'm happy that you stopped by, and I hope you stick around.